Ladies and gentlemen, it is time. It is time for Anthony Fantano to review my album. When it comes to music reviews, Anthony Fantano, also known as The Needle Drop, is goated. His channel is just filled with reviews from people like Gunna to the 1975 to Charlie XCX, Future. Like, the range of music that he reviews is just incredible. And I watch this guy a lot. Like, I watch almost every single video from him. For him to be reviewing my album is incredible. I don't know, it's very surreal. And yeah, I actually can't believe it's happening. Also, I'm going to be doing a Twitch interview with him. I'm not sure when, actually. Let me check. 3rd of June, 3:45 p.m. EST. He literally used one of the worst photos of me. God. Look at the forehead, fam. Oh, it's exposed! But yeah, obviously one of the main features of The Needle Drop is he's extremely critical. Like, extremely critical. He has given low scores to so many people. Like, for me, I am gassed that my album is just clear. There is not a not good on it. If I got a not good, I think I'd want to top myself. Like, he's given a not good to Nav, Jonah Lucas, Lil Baby, Justin Bieber, Trippie Redd, Logic, DJ Khaled. Yo, the list just goes on and on of not goods that he's given. So for me to not have a not good is progress. I've already completed stage 1. But yeah, he normally rates his things out of 10. So yeah, I haven't seen this before. This is my first time seeing this. So yeah, let's watch this. Holy shit. Holy shit. This is big, man. This is damn. All right, let's go.
Hi everyone. How many unarmed black men do cops need to kill with no justification before it stops here?
Facts.
The internet's busiest music
Big
nerd.
facts.
And it is time for a review of the new KSI record.
Ah! It feels weird! It feels weird him saying my name! Ah! Yo, rewind that. Yo, I need to hear it again.
Of the new KSI record.
Ah! Holy shit! Alright, I need to stop acting like a fucking fanboy.
Of the new KSI record, Dissimulation. This
Jeez.
is a new full-length album from
Jeez.
English YouTuber, streamer.
I think it's so sick that he's even acknowledged me. Holy shit, especially as a musician. This is huge. Fuck.
Content creator extraordinaire, KSI. Now, I know what some of you are thinking before I start this review. Who cares? This guy's just some YouTuber, right? And isn't he also the dude that boxed Logan Paul?
Fuck's
yes,
sake.
and yes, he is a gamer and a bit of a goof too.
Hey, yo, what? Hey, come on, man. How you gonna do me like that?
There's tons of cringy clips of him all over the internet doing God knows what. But
Okay, look. That's when I was younger, obviously. When I was younger, I did a few bad things. I was a bit wild. Obviously, I've grown up, I've matured, and I'm a new man. I'm an older man.
But we're currently living in an era where online content creators are building scary, huge platforms. And with 21 million YouTube subscribers, KSI is one of those guys. When your following is that huge, the name of the game is figuring out different ways to monetize your audience's attention. And music is just one of the most obvious avenues to do that. Considering the numbers a guy like...
Yeah, but I mean, like, I don't know, I've always just been doing music anyway. Like, it's not like, bro, I don't even see the fucking money I make from music, man. I've made way more money doing YouTube videos and boxing than music. Music, I make fuck all. I mean, not fuck all, obviously I've made money, but I don't know, nothing compared to YouTube and the boxing. I don't know, it's just a hobby I just like doing. I enjoy doing music. Yeah, I don't really see it as something I'm there to try and monetize. I'm not there like, yo, I need a money stream. Oh, I have all these money streams, but I don't have enough music. Ah, yes. Let's jump on this.
Considering the numbers a guy like KSI can bring to the table, it's no wonder we're seeing more and more internet personas making successful crossovers into other sectors of the entertainment industry. One of the most obvious being Joji's successful break-off from his Filthy Frank character back in the day.
Troye Sivan as well. He's done bits.
There's no reason KSI couldn't compete on a similar level. He has the fans. He has all the money in the world to throw at a studio project decked out with features from Rick Ross and Lil Baby and Trippie Redd and Offset. The sound of this project is pretty high grade too. Without a doubt, quite a bit of effort went into engineering this.
Yes! Trust me. MSM knows. MSM knows.
Aesthetically, the production, the vocals run pretty much like what you might catch on your average trap record that would land on the front of Apple Music or in a popular Spotify playlist. The triplet hi-hats, the heavy and clean sub-bass, the splashy reverb, a touch of auto-tune as well. There are some tracks here that have a bit of a Travis Scott vibe, especially on the song Cap, where I would say that KSI is blatantly ripping off Travis Scott as well as a...
Shit! Really? I guess it's just the auto-tune. I don't know. I was just trying shit, innit?
Really abusing the auto-tune on this one, but comparing KSI to some of his YouTube contemporaries who have also tried to step into music, his rapping and vocal delivery is a lot more convincing than a Jake Paul or like a Rice Gum.
Pow, 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 pow! Pow! Yes! My man knows. Jeez! Let's go! I mean, to be honest, like, we already knew this. We already knew that was on a different level.
Who have both dropped tracks that have done massive numbers on the platform, but to anyone who is actually a music fan and not just a Rice Gum or a Jake Paul stan, you can hear their rap skills are lacking, to put it politely. By comparison, KSI's flows are a lot smoother, the tone of his voice much meaner. He's got some nice bass in his range as well. Honestly, if I didn't know who this was from the sound of this record and the look of the track list and the vibe of the instrumentals, I would assume this was a major label project with a big budget behind it from an artist who does this professionally.
Hey, yo, I'm gonna take that as a big compliment. I'm gonna take that as a big compliment. Yeah, I never feel, because I am me, KSI, the YouTuber, it puts me at a disadvantage to most musicians, just because people are like, oh, he's a YouTuber, it's probably trash, so like no one even gives me a chance. So I always have to prove myself. But you know what? That is just how it is. That's just how it is, and I just have to deal with it.
So at the very least, KSI has met this bar of quality set by other trap rappers who have a deal and a very expensive chain with like a gem-encrusted SpongeBob character hanging off of it.
Well, like my Beerus, yeah?
So you have KSI operating in this lane, but is he doing anything within it that makes him stick out? In fairness to KSI, I will say it does sound like he put some effort into his verses, and he's certainly not mumbling his way through them.
Yeah, I put a lot of effort. I do, because it's special to me. It's important. I don't know. I love doing it, and this is my first solo album. I wanted it to be special. So of course I'm not gonna just try and get a fucking paycheck. I'm gonna put my all into it. So it's cool that he recognizes that. I fuck with it.
Sounds like he cares about whether or not his choruses are hitting as well. It's not like he's just hopping on a track and casually riffing for 2 or 3 minutes and then it's just over without much of a hook in sight. If he didn't care about the catchiness of his songs, I don't think he would go through the trouble of forcing out a song titled Cap, hoping it would catch on because cap and no cap are such popular slang terms right now.
That's cap!
No, it's not. That's the opposite of what you mean.
Cap on my head!
We also have a very clubby dancehall track with the song Houdini. Speaking of track lists here that feel a little focus grouped, like we have to have this vibe and that vibe, this style and that style go for this sound and that sound.
I think that's just me. That's just me in general. I just like having different sounds. I hate just having the same sound, or I hate just doing the same thing, as you can see in my whole career. So that's why I was just like bouncing around doing different styles of music. just trying stuff out, and whenever it landed, I'd just go, yeah, this works for the album, etc.
I often cringe at pop rappers who force themselves into this style just because Drake helped popularize a more gentrified version of it, but JJ actually sounds pretty comfortable over this style of song.
Yeah. Let's go.
There is a good feature on the track, a slick hook, some really punchy beats too. What's not to like? With some tracks here, KSI seems to have a decent sense of what makes for a good song in a certain vibe, namely the track Poppin' featuring Lil Pump and Smoke Perp. Now, a feature from these two is a bit dated at this point, but it is a pretty grimy banger with eerie production, nowhere near as raw as the early SoundCloud stuff that put these guys on the map, but a similar energy there that KSI effectively plays off of with his performance on the track pretty well.
So he enjoys Poppin'. You see? Poppin's a good track, guys. Why are you hating?
Deeper into this short project, though, he fails to make a case for his own originality. The track Bad Lil Vibe.
No, my feelings! Oh, my ego is depleting!
He fails to make a case for his own originality. The track Bad Lil Vibe is another moment that sounds like a blatant Travis Scott ripoff, but not even Travis Scott. This track could have literally been on the new Don Toliver record, but if it was, it would have been better because Don would have sung his fucking ass off. Whereas KSI's singing, as opposed to his rapping, is not quite as good. All the vocal processing in the world can't distract from how tone deaf he is.
I'm already dead, man! Stop! Please! Oh! Fuck! Anthony, man! Jeez! How are you gonna do that to me? I think we all know that my singing isn't as great as my rapping. But you know what? I'm getting better, okay? I'm learning what to do and learning what works and what doesn't.
His pen game too, which by the way on the highlights here is not mind-blowing, but even that begins to falter as the album progresses. Like on the track Wake Up Call, where his rhymes and wordplay are
Oh, I knew this was coming. A certain man, and they know who they are. They're at fault for this. I won't say too much, but they know.
Like on the track Wake Up Call, where his rhymes and wordplay are just really awkward and off, much more than they are on any other track here. And we have a standout with I'm winning in different avenues, trippy my revenue, don't see me ever lose, and I jump hurdles like kangaroos.
It is what it is. I'll admit, okay, my bars on Wake Up Call were a bit weak. I'll admit it. But you know what? It's not all my fault. It's not all my fault, but it is what it is.
The kangaroos, they are jumping, I suppose. However, this is not nearly as attention-grabbing as the bar on Killa Killa, where he says, taller than the maca, and I gotta stack it up. Now she's sounding like Chewbacca when she back it up?
Hey, yo! Oh, man. That's funny. Anthony's clearly not fucked certain girls. I'm just saying certain girls say some questionable things when they orgasm. Oh, that's fucking jokes.
I can't imagine what that would sound like. We then have the last leg of the record, which in my opinion is a mixed bag. Domain is one of the grander and more aggressive cuts on the project, with KSI being pretty braggadocious about his roots in the internet, his success, and he certainly has accomplishments worth bringing up, and his vocal delivery is so expressive on this one. He brings a lot of conviction to the table. But I guess we'll see if this success translates into the wider world of hip-hop. It's one thing for him to pull these big features on this project, but it will be game time the day a large artist decides, you know what, my record cannot do without a KSI feature.
I think that's just, it's going to take time. It's just something that isn't just going to happen. But I'm currently taking the right steps towards that.
Speaking of big names, we have Rick Ross and Lil Baby on the track Down Like That. Now, while I find this track listenable, it's just not very groundbreaking, not very memorable. It's got a lot of name recognition.
Huh? How you going to say it about Down Like That? Oh, the legacy! Has so much meaning, that song! I guess my fans will appreciate it more than people who just listen to music in general.
The track Undefeated, where it sounds like KSI is rapping his ass off a little bit with a lot of passion, that's great. But the vocals are mixed incredibly low on this cut, and they are slathered in auto-tune too, which makes it difficult to really connect with them in any meaningful way. Though the instrumental is easily one of my favorites on the project. The plucky acoustics and killer woodwind melodies in the background are both great. We then get the worst for last, though, on the track Millions, where KSI is sounding absolutely comatose or maybe overcome with emotion. I can't quite tell.
Okay, look. Obviously, that song is quite personal and emotional to me. That's kind of just how it felt when I rapped it. I wanted it to just be real, and I guess that's why I had like a deadpan delivery when it came to the song, not including the chorus, obviously.
But what really ruins the track right from the start are these tuneless, auto-tune vocal leads that are overlapping each other hideously. Thematically, this song reminds me a lot of Post Malone's Rich and Sad, but the lyricism isn't nearly as catchy. The tune isn't really there either. I mean, I get the sentiments of this song that money can't buy happiness, and that's no replacement for this missed or broken personal relationship or connection that you had going on, but without some songwriting ability to translate the pain of that, you're not communicating much. Which leaves me worried post this record about KSI's future in music, because translating such a sentiment in a song is a pretty necessary skill for having a long-term music career. You can drop all the bangers you want in the world, but that's what everybody is doing. If you don't give your audience the opportunity to connect with you on a deeper level, they're just going to move on to something else. But KSI's empire on the internet is a multimedia empire, so who knows if he really needs his music to hit like that in order for it to be a successful venture. I mean, I guess there were some tracks from this thing that I liked and I thought were cool, but at the end of the day, I'm left wondering, is this a passion project, a vanity project, or is it an attempt at something greater in the music world?
It's a big question, and I will answer it. Obviously, it is passion. It's one of those things where I have to just, I'm still learning and I'm still trying to get better. But that's quite interesting that he said that. Oh wow, fuck! I feel like I'm already gonna get a low score. I feel like I'm getting a 2. Maybe I should have just got a not good. Fuck!
It is that I think that there is still a lot of work to be done, and while I'm sure that KSI's fan base will drive this project into some major numbers, I'm not hearing right now what makes him unique and essential as a musician. But more time and effort, I'm sure, could help hammer that out. Feeling a strong 4 to a light 5?
Oh shit! Strong 4, light 5? Oh wow! Let's go! I think I beat Eminem. I beat Eminem's score with that. Holy fucking shit, man. Alright. Ultimately, it's one of those things where I just have to constantly, prove myself as a musician. And I think this first album was me laying the foundation, and showing that I am taking it seriously. I just need to prove it. And I'm constantly trying to make steps towards pushing the boundaries of what a YouTuber can do, and hopefully one day I can truly reach a stage where Auntie Fantano gives me a fucking 8. But no, this was a good review. Yeah, I've learned quite a bit from it. I love how critical he is, because it's real, man, and he's not trying to just kiss my ass. He explains that there's parts where I need to improve, and I definitely feel like there is parts where I need to improve, and over time, best believe, I'll show that. But I'm happy with a strong 4, light 5. I had 10 from Andy Fantano, fam. Holy shit, that's crazy. Oh man, I really thought I'd get a 2 or 1. I thought it'd be so low where he just goes, yeah, this is pointless. stop doing music. But nah, like, this is cool. This is exciting. This is, like I said, a good foundation to start from. And yeah, we're gonna keep going, baby. We gonna keep going. I know this was a different style of video, but I know this was a big moment for me, so I had to make a video for it. Yeah, I'll see you guys in a bit. Take care and peace.
That girl with that look in her eye that'll make the devil smile. Papi tell me, can you handle my type? Falling on my level now. Cause mommy's a killer. She like the realer. So papi tell me, can you handle my type?
Hell no, you don't know who you're fucking with. Music punching all the internet, I kill all of that. 20 million when I see the net, I made all of that. Even when I'm ill, I see the vet, I'm an animal. They know